So I know this. Hello, this is Laura V with Laura V Studios coming on to talk about 90 days of channeling. It is done. We did it. It's done. For those of you who participated at any level, congratulations. Um, I don't make a big deal about doing the whole 90 days, and here's why. I've been a member of a group on Mighty Networks called 100 Days of Songwriting. And without fail, he does it twice a year for 100 days. And it's a really cool practice. And he has even admitted he's never completed the full 100 days. But if you set the intention and you make some effort, we celebrate it. And that's how I feel about it too. The cool thing was, and here's why it was really important that I did it live with people because, it sounded really great. Oh, we'll do the AH method for 30 days, except a lot of people were resistant to it. So they hadn't even started because the AH method was too big, too inaccessible or something. Hey, stop. My dog. Um, too inaccessible or something. So I found a different way to do automatic writing for them, and it worked, and it was perfect for them. So that was the cool thing about doing it live is I got to learn what was working, what wasn't. But true to the whole intention of doing many different things, those who participated with me actively, um, some responded to the automatic writing, some responded to the divination, and some responded to the akashic records. Like covering all of them made sure that everybody got something that resonated with them, which was the whole point. So that was a complete success for me. Hey, the thing was though, um, I really have a hard time with this channeling idea. Well, at least I guess I'm going to figure this out. Reason being, on the tail end, like about 2 weeks ago, my we were going into our meadows and connecting with our higher selves and other beings and receiving messages. But then one day my higher self was, look out through your into the meadow through your higher self's eyes. And I'm like, well, we're now one, so why would I channel you? Because I am you. So how does this even work anymore? So this is what I'm working out. I'm like, does channeling even have value anymore? I don't know. I don't know. It's something that I'm going to explore this month. This is where I'm at this month, is exploring this whole new thing of being one with my higher self, being my embodied higher self. It's like, whoa, what does this even look like? What does this mean? Yeah, it's kind of cool because I actually received some pretty big messages in the last 3 months. It in June it was I was going through some transition stuff. I was Healing was the number one thing for June. That was my big thing, which is I had to focus on that. That was big. And that kind of leaked over into July a bit. But then in July, it was all right. Now you embody your soul and you make this your priority and embody new earth consciousness. I was like, huh? And then I met with a friend, it's like, it's not called new earth. It's like, oh crap. So it was like, I can't do this anymore. And they're like, no, don't do that. I now understand. I understand all of this and I'm gonna make a video about it. But yeah, so it was embody new earth consciousness and embodies your soul. Like those were my directives in July, and doing the divination. And I found the Akashic Record Tarot was the deck I was to work with. So I worked with that for a bit. And then in August, um, it was Akashic Records, and um, I went into my metal and they're like, now look through the eyes of your soul, of your higher self. I'm like, uh-oh. Like what? But still but the cool thing was, even though I was confused about the channeling business, um, I was still communicating. I was still connecting and communicating with my higher self and my guides. And I did a lot of writing in August. For me, it's automatic writing. That's what I do. That's my thing. It's open your notebook and start writing where you need to talk to you. And that's how we do it. And here's why. And this is why I really suggest, even if you're like, I'm not into divination, I'm not into akashic records, at the very least, start writing down the conversations you're having in your head. Because have you ever thought about who you're actually talking to? Yeah, you're actually talking to your higher self and your guides. That's who you're really talking to. Because who else would there be? You don't have two minds. Now, I wow, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I did have DID. I did experience dissociative identity disorder. I did experience having a bunch of voices in my head, but I knew they were all mine. It was so clear to me. So when I was channeling or talking to someone not me, it was very clear that they were not me. That was easy. Um, and so that's the thing, who you talking to? You're talking to your higher self and your guides. So, or God or Christ or whoever it is that you talk to. Write them down. And here's why. Because you need to be able to look back on them. Like in this notebook that I have, I wrote yesterday, and the first entry in there is July 21st. So now I've got a whole over a month's worth. I didn't write every day, but I wrote on the days that I needed to. And that's the important thing. You're not going to write every day, and you don't need to write every day. I mean, you can if you want to. Some people do because it's a practice they want to have, but it's not required by any means at all. Um, but you will write when you're inspired to write. And it's important to be able to look back and read what you wrote. You're going to notice things, important things. Um, And so that's why I recommend get yourself a, a cheap notebook at the dollar store and just start writing. Just start writing in it and see what happens. It'll be cool. So yeah, so we're done with the 90 days. Ta-da! Um, if you missed out and you want to participate, I'll make a deal with you. Right now, you can get into Awaken Soul Space for $9.99. You will have to be approved by me, so I will be having a conversation with anybody who wants to join my membership because again, I want to protect it and make sure that people who are in there are people who want to be in there, who have the right motive and all that fun stuff. Um, but yeah, feel free to what'll happen is you go to the site and you click on it and then it waits for my approval. And so we'll have a conversation. And then if we're a good fit, then I will approve you and you will be in the membership. And you get 2 weeks free to try it out. And then it's $9.99 a month. And you will have access to all the 90 day stuff. That's the deal I'll make. All right. Congratulations. So if you participate in the 90 days at all, congratulations, you did it. Fantastic. Um, I celebrate you. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.